Underdog Daily with the Patch Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out. Black and Yellow Dog app, the platform of the people here. And we're coming off a Josh Allen was the guy you needed. Or maybe not. We're going to ask our winner's circle guest here because apparently you can get it done in multiple ways and still find your way to Kansas City, even on a week where Josh Allen drops 44 on everybody's heads there, Nez.
Yeah, some are saying that he was the guy you didn't want. It was actually really bad to have him on your team. I know a guy that had him on his team and didn't get in. So, yeah, it was actually not what you wanted.
Apparently not. Well, I'll tell you the two guys you definitely did not want. That was Khalil Shakir and Joshua Palmer. Those were the guys you did not want.
Yeah. I definitely don't. I don't want them ever again. So.
Pour one out for our guy Nez. He was leading the Dog Bowl for a long stretch of time there, and then the afternoon games caught up. And this man who we're going to bring on for the winner's circle was he was inevitable this week there, Nez. He's been inevitable for a large chunk of the season, as is, and then he found his way to not one but two more Dog Bowl seats. So now we are going to have two participants in the Dog Bowl in Kansas City there who are going to have be in every single draft. Himself and Awin are going to be in all three there. Before we get to the winner's circle, some mad love going on in the chat right now. David, just evergreen rolling through. I just assume he won everything this weekend. There drops off 5 Badge Bros memberships at the door. Our guy Purple Yosh dropping off 5 there. Saw some big eliminator success out of him over the weekend there. Took down Justin Herzig by the looks of it in the eliminator streets.
Yeah, the Eliminator success. Big success in the Eliminator.
The Eliminator, not in the big Eliminator. Yeah. There you go. In the bigger field Eliminator.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then Devin Davis rolling through. This guy, man, the Supercross expert of the world, doesn't even tell me that Supercross is rolling in my city. We're walking to the concert there on Saturday night, and I look up at the stadium that's adjacent to the stadium in which we're going to, and the football stadium is filled with motocross. It's got Supercross going on in there. So I would have thought my guy would have kept me in the loop there, got me some pick'ems in the Supercross streets, and I would have been sweating those live. But yeah, it would have been pretty cool. He's got 2 bullets left. Holy smokes. Wow.
Very impressive. Hard to do.
Very nice, man. Nez, just going to front load the people with what's going on this week. You're going to be doing a little bit of traveling. So I don't think we're going to have Nez on Tuesday, Thursday, or the following Monday there. So I'm going to run paywall stuff on Tuesday and Thursday. I might bring on a special guest or two, something like that. And then I think maybe the special guest will be the following Monday to break down an NBA slate or something like that. But Off and On the Clock will still be on Friday. We got NBA Cup stuff on Friday as well. And then today, man, we're just going to break down the Primetime Palooza, Monday Night Football Palooza slate, and then the 8-game NBA slate with a bunch of back-to-backs on it there. Yeah, but without further ado, I say we bring on our recurring guest now at this point. Ready when you are, Nez.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
What's up?
There we go, Dan. What's up, baby? DanJPreciado. What's going on, my friend? Congratulations to you, and congratulations to you, Dodgers, my friend.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Great stuff, man. 3 seats now. You're maxed out. You're going to have 9 draft opportunities at the Dog Bowl there. Let's just talk about that, man. Was it a big priority for you to keep shooting for seats here? Do you think there is a strategic advantage in having the 9 drafts going into the Dog Bowl?
I would definitely say there's a strategic advantage. I was starting to lose confidence a little bit, and I was starting to sag off. Actually, this week I was planning on taking it off. I didn't fire a single draft until Friday. Yeah, because I was in Vegas from Saturday through Thursday night. Then I saw how much the lobbies were filled, and I'm like, man, I'm getting that itch to get back in there, because I'm on the way home and I'm like stuck in traffic. I'm the passenger, and it's pouring rain, and like we're in traffic, and I'm like, because I can't draft in Nevada, I can only draft in California. So I I open the dog app, and I'm like, all right, there's 160 dog bulls that can be drafted left, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna max enter 150. I'm just gonna auto a bunch of them, and then we're gonna see what happens. So once I get home, I run all my my projections and everything. But in the background, I'm autoing all these dog
Oh my
and
god.
like kind of hand building some of them, kind of not. And then once I have my projections, I'm like autoing. I think I autoed like 125 this week.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you're not typically an auto bro, are you?
No, no, I pretty much hand build everything. This week was definitely different.
That's wild, bro. Oh man, maybe you're a full-fledged auto bro now.
Hey, I might be. Who knows?
Oh, that's crazy, man. Great story. What were you doing out in Vegas there? Were you touching felt or what?
Yeah, that was part of it. Just hanging out with friends. It's my birthday in a couple weeks, and then my it was my friend's birthday last week, and we kind of always get together in November because it's like in the middle between all of our birthdays, so we always go out there and just have a good time for a week.
Right on, man. That sounds great. Yeah, miss that little highway rip from LA to Nevada there. Just there's something about the buildup of that drive where you're like, oh baby, here we go. We're gonna go play
Yeah.
some cards. We're rolling down the street, see the bright lights. Oh man, that used to get me jacked up.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Nez, you're muted, my friend.
Yeah, sorry, I was like cursing you under my breath, so I wanted to make sure that I had that muted. So you autoed this week, had your projections. What were some of your biggest stances coming into the week, given you were really just kind of going off the projections there?
So it really it, it's easy to say because it worked out, but it really was Tet and Michael Wilson. I had them way above what ETR and I guess like ADP did because I didn't look at ADP. I didn't look at what was kind of falling. I had no idea what was going on with injuries and like anything like that. What happened early week, but I didn't exactly love Tet and Michael Wilson to the point where my personal projections did. So I kind of like all knew it to the point where like I backed him up a little bit because I had Michael Wilson really high and he wasn't going in every draft. I had him like as somebody who was definitely should have been going in 100% of drafts. I think like somewhere in the 40s. I think I had Tet somewhere in the 30s. And obviously you could get them a lot later than that. So I pushed him back a little bit and like it was them too. I wasn't really heavy on Josh Allen this week. I think like the team that I had him on that came in third, I got him at 19, so I got him a little bit later, and that's the only reason why he was on the team was because I think I had him around 18 or 19.
Okay.
Yeah, that checks out. I mean, they were two of some of my higher drafted wide receivers as well. But yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean, that was a good week to auto it for sure because Michael Wilson was 6th round pick basically all week, sometimes undrafted. Started to shoot up a little later in the week, but yeah, great read by you on that.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's check these guys out here because you took down 2 of the top 3 here. This looks like the Schwain Bomber in there as well. There, tried to reach out and find that individual, but could not. Actually, do you guys? I recognize the screen name, but I don't recognize the player. Do you guys know?
No, I've seen the name, but I don't know who they are.
Yeah. I tried to find him for the winner's circle, but to no avail there. But Dan, yeah, you take 1 and 3 here, and as I alluded to off the top, really cool that they were completely different style constructions. They both focused around similar parts of the same game environment there. A lot of this San Francisco and Arizona stuff in there, but as you said, the Tet plus Michael Wilson, and then what do? You do the stack off of that with a Purdy, CMC, Kittle. This looks like a hand build kind of vibe that you got that whole stack in there. And then Kyron Williams plus Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson coming in at 41.57% there. And he puts up 26 fantasy points there without even scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, it's definitely possible this one was hand built because on what was it like right before lock or right before like Phil, I was kind of in the background, like hand building or like making some specific picks just to get different from what I was already doing because I had a lot of Parker Washington too.
Okay, yeah.
So I was kind of tacking on some more Michael Wilson. I think I had some Cortland Sutton too, which didn't pan out. But yeah, so I know I was heavy into San Francisco and Arizona though. So I had a lot. I had a lot of naked Jacoby Brissett teams that were autoed, and just a lot of random stuff that included Michael Wilson or included Trey McBride or included both of them. So this kind of just, I guess, incorporated both sides.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and it's a pretty interesting like dichotomy that on a week where we set it off the top there that Josh Allen scores 44 and it still doesn't matter in the dog bowl here because you could have got there with the Purdy score anyways, or you can get there the way in which your other entry did was with the 44 from Josh Allen. You still needed to fill out the flex from that game environment with like the Wilson plus McBride and the Tet stuff. But then effectively you lose all the points at the running back position with a Woody Marks and a Kareem Hunt here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this team in particular, I thought was like entirely dead. Just seeing the 5.6 from Woody Marks, I just didn't think it had any chance. Even Kareem Hunt, like the 12. But guess the McBride touchdown at the end, near the end of the game, he had some catches too. That really moved it up, and it ended up being in third place.
Yeah, right on, dude. Yeah. The McBride stuff, just in general, man, has been a revelation. This is the dragon that I was chasing for the last 2 years, and now it all comes to the forefront with Jacoby Brissett instead of Kyler Murray. It's kind of crazy. Just kind of a crazy run out in general there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I thought it was pretty much dead for most of the day. Like, I didn't draft Sean Tucker. I think Sean Tucker's like, if you're autoing, is a really hard guy to get to. Just like he's a really hard guy to get to in projections. Like, if a lot of people that had Sean Tucker, like that's just extremely sharp. I think it's like, man, extremely like deserving. I think I'm like extremely lucky to have done as well as I did this week without getting to any Sean Tucker.
Right.
Like it's actually pretty crazy to me how he wasn't on any of the 3 teams at the top this week.
Yeah, well said, dude. Yeah, that was a crazy sharp play, a crazy good spot to scroll to there. I mean, he was the first running back all season long to run for north of 50 rushing yards against the Patriots last week. Like, whether that's circumstantial or whether that is this dude's got the juice, it's a good thesis that people kind of like piggybacked into this week of like, man, we have a large enough sample of like Rachaad White just kind of being a glorified pass catching back. Like, for him to get the base down stuff and do what he did with that in a good matchup against a bad run defense in Buffalo, truly incredible stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was fading Rachaad, but didn't get to any Tucker in dog bowls. But yeah, that would have been pretty cool.
Fuck, man, the writing was right on the wall there. Dog bowl, Tucker, Mr. Good Boy. Are we fucking? Oh
the
my
signs.
God, dude! Like,
signs.
The signs. This game doesn't have to be that hard.
Doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. Dan, anything else for the people here, man? Big congrats to you. I love the story coming back from Vegas there and just getting that itch. Yeah, I love this so much that it panned out for you. And yeah, man, very proud of you to have 9 entries or 3 entries, but 9 drafts now in the dog bowl, dude. Make them count.
Yeah, thanks, man. Looking forward to seeing you guys in a few weeks.
Yeah, likewise,
Same,
bro.
man.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care.
See you, Dan.
Peace, Dan.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, crazy story to just be like, probably not going to play this week. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm just going to jam 150 on the way home.
That's unfortunate. I mean,
yeah,
good for him.
Yeah, truly sick there. Nez, we'll walk through some of the stuff that the community did there. I know you don't want to relive your lineups and stuff like that because you were leading for some time. Yeah, say again.
That's all right. I'll happily commiserate.
Okay, all right.
Because I feel like I played really good. Like,
yep.
What are you gonna do? I had 7 in the top 50.
Wow. Nice.
9 in the top 100. And I had 24 shares of Michael Wilson. But yeah, ultimately, only one of them or two, a few of them had decent shots, but yeah, I mean, it's just the way the shit goes, bro.
Yeah.
Well played. Try again next week.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. Yeah. I wouldn't be too hard on yourself after the week that you put together here. Good amount of Jacoby Brissett, good amount of Michael Wilson there. Yeah, the Tet stuff, like 2 of your highest owned wide receivers that you were alluding to. 2 lineups here, one of which was winning for a while there, and then the other one finished in 16th. Actually, I think the lineup that was leading for a long time, this one here, was the one that actually finished behind the other one that jumped yourself there. But yeah, man, that's a tough one. Pour one out for some other friends of the community here. J Sam, who's been having a really nice year there. Pat Poker was up here as well. Our guy Chandler Blake's up here. ASAP Tuna's up here. Cognition's always hanging out in the Discord. I got bumped out at the very last minute there in 4th as well. So pour one out for some of the friends and family at the top here as well. Yeah, Nez, I'm kind of in lockstep with you. I was workshopping a take before we came on today that, Levitan always starts his solo pod with we're coming off a week that was and then like inserts his like tagline for the week or whatever. I was workshopping the take that we're coming off a week of nothing matters, because I thought I played very, very well too, and I had a minus 60 or minus 70% week as well. I'll show you my exposures in that stuff as we go through here. But I don't know, man. It was a very strange week in particular for the 6 persons, just because of the Josh Allen effect. But Josh Allen was my second highest owned player. So I don't know. It was a very interesting dynamic when we didn't think it was a good wide receiver scroll week in the 6s. And yet it's 2 wide receivers that were buried who absolutely lap the field, because no one had usable scores at the wide receiver position in that upper echelon, even like the Pukas, the Adams, et ceteras, right?
Yeah, I mean, those guys didn't necessarily like stand out projection wise, but clearly had like very high ceilings, or at least Michael Wilson, I thought, had a very high ceiling in terms of like opportunity and, projected dropbacks. But I didn't think Tet, like I was kind of hoping for like 15 from Tet. I didn't think that he had this kind of game in his bag. But I mean, the Falcons are just one of those teams that I just have trouble, I was just kind of, Tet was number 1 wide receiver, ranked a little too low. That was the thesis. It wasn't like, oh yeah, smash game coming for Tet. That wasn't my thesis.
To be fair, he probably shouldn't have, because I don't think Rico stepped out, and Rico scores. So Rico walks the tightrope. He scores. Rico had 19 carries, 7 targets, this monster workload. That touchdown would have vaulted him up. I only know this because of my exposures and whatnot, and I was watching that game. Instead, he gets called out, and then 2 plays later, they find Tet for the second touchdown, and that really flipped the slate, even though he was only 6% drafted in the main. Yeah. Shout out to Dan, man. Drops off 20 Badge Bros memberships. This community, man, continues to turn out. That's 35 gifted memberships to start the day on a Monday here. Much love to DanJPreciado for dropping those off at our door here. Mad respect. Always a great guest. Always a good time.
Good guy, Dan. Appreciate you, dude.
Much love. Yeah, Nez, that's kind of all I had for the 12 persons there. I played a lot of Jameis. Didn't work out in the 12 persons, but also played a lot of Jacoby, but did it primarily with McBride there. We'll take a look at the main BR here. We'll take a look at our contest. Manny G3 up here takes it down. It is a 6%, almost 7% owned Tet McMillan that was the big separator with that 29 fantasy points. In the 6 persons in particular, the Josh Allen plus CMC lined up perfectly by ADP over and over and over again, and it really sunk ships. Yeah, and then the Travis Kelce touchdown at the tail end of that ball game, kind of leveled the playing field at tight end, where it was previously no tight end mattered in the morning. And then it was like in the afternoon, oh, the McBride was going to smash the slate. He does, but he doesn't do it in the magnitude in which Brock Bowers did it a couple weeks before. He only does it by a fraction. I think it was like 3 fantasy points or something like that over Kittle and Kelsey. And all those guys were like 90% drafted, 100% drafted. And it really just tightened things up.
Yep. Yeah. There was multiple answers at tight end, which is kind of nice, kind of how I prefer it, where there's not one have to have it piece. But yeah, this was a beauty. This is a really nice team. I don't know who was RB2, but this is damn close to, I guess it's like what do you think? Like a 2v2, maybe 3v3 off of optimal. So maybe not that like perfect, but I mean, just nailing Allen, CMC, Tet there is pretty sick.
Yeah, very much so. The Tet was the big thing there because you'll see my exposures in a second. It is it's all these guys. So I was kind of in mystery how I performed poorly this week. Yes, Crutches, I am a replay denier. That I saw the pelts, man. He never touched White. I saw the pelts kick up the other way. Rico fucking scored, bro. Yeah.
I didn't actually see that. So
oh yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
We got some other friends up here. Tate's up here. The Woods up here. Fish Mob's always hanging out. J Sam was up here. Jacob NY.
Again?
J-Sam again, dude.
What
J-Sam again.
The fuck,
yeah.
Bro. Like, pardon my cursing. I don't know. Do you think people like are aware of how nasty J-Sam has been this year?
I don't think they're aware. I think they're aware of the story from the Jay Baconator episode where we talked about the roommates and this sort of thing. But I don't think people are aware of how strong a year he's had.
This is like the craziest season that we might have seen on like NFL for Underdog. Like,
I backtracked that one because of the Paul I was inverted year, and he won.
I think this trumps it.
Wow. Okay, just
pretty sure.
New era. We're playing the Michael Jordan versus LeBron era debates here.
I mean, just by the numbers.
Okay.
Dude, his stats are crazy.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. His ROI is like 700%.
Oh my God. Wow. Wow. J-Sam truly goated. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I think back to that I was inverted season. I guess that was 4 years ago now, 3 years ago now, and he won 2 battle royales and he won 2 to bombs in the same year. I think it was.
He went crazy that like the first year that BRs were like really, really popular.
Yeah,
he did have a six season. That's I'm not taking anything away from Paul there. Paul had a nasty year. This is just like another level.
Nice, unbelievable stuff.
If you want to know the full details, free plug to our guy in 5th place there, the Wood. He's got the profit tracker tool, and if you pay Wood money, you can creep on people's results. I won't spoil that, but J-Sam is fucking crushing, dude. Just had
unreal.
To get some love to him because this is nuts.
Yeah, very much so. It looks like a 1v1, no 2v2. London over Nico. So he had London over Nico. London gets hurt in that game, unfortunately, and he had that correlation between London and Tet and the game stack little one there. And then he had Chase instead of Derrick Henry. And to be fair, Derrick Henry, man, could have had a way bigger day too. He had stuffed inside the 5 like 4 times or something. So yeah, that's normally his music as well. Very, very interesting red zone play calling there. We'll take a look at the Badge Bros Brawl here. Shout out to the Jack Wagon 365 out here. Very similar stuff in terms of the team. You're going to see a lot of Nico. You're going to see the Kittle. You're going to see Josh Allen. Very chalky team here. But then Nico was only 18% owned in that contest. So that was a good scroll there. Yeah, we can take a look at my exposures, and that'll be that kind of thing. We got a couple screenshots in the mail there, but not as many as we're accustomed to usually there. Oh, Dan was up here in top 5 in the DeBomb as well. K Jones, what was it? Oh, Bijan plus Allen. Oh, nice. Yeah, just flipping the board a little bit where it was like fuck the second round pick. I'm just going to take Allen in the second round at like 9 or whatever that would have been. Yeah, I like that build. Just get your guys. Yeah, pick 8. Take Josh Allen. Love it. Cool.
Yeah, Purple Yosh, great shout. People forget on Friday.
Oh, I did not forget.
Yep.
Yeah.
I tried.
Tried to get Pete to scroll to a guy who wasn't even getting drafted in the 6 persons in the 3s. Truly sick.
I believe you said get the fuck out of here. I'm not entirely sure, but
get the fuck out of here.
I believe that's what he said. I might be paraphrasing, but
oh, good shit. Nez, I did exactly, speaking of Friday, I did exactly what I intended to do based on Friday's show there. I jammed what I thought was the best plays on the slate, and I thought I did a pretty good job of it. It just didn't pan out. Josh Allen at 30%, Derrick Henry at 52%. That Rico touchdown really set me back. I thought it was an amazing spot for him at that 28. And then I just jammed the Trey, jammed the Kittle. And then this Giants one crept up on me because Jameis was my second highest owned quarterback. I punted that full tier of Herbert, Mahomes, etc., and did what I said. I was going to play all the Josh Allen. I was going to play all the Derrick Henry. And then I was going to scroll to Jacoby and Jameis. And I thought I played well, and it just didn't turn out. Ran hot at the 101 with the CMC stuff. Rashee Rice sunk a lot of my stuff and just didn't have enough tet in my life, despite having, a really nice Nico percentage as well there. So I don't know. That's why I wanted to lead it with like nothing matters when like the guys all in ADP chalk slap. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Those are nice. Yeah. Those are nice. People would pay good money to have exposure pages look like that if you knew the answers. And it's what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it was weird. Anything else you want to share or reminisce on or tilt on, or should we move into the community? I think I got 1 or 2 more community ones here.
No, let's hit on those on the community posts.
All right, cool. PTP from last night tagged us in a tweet there. Mitch Comp, where's the PTP? Covered that one on the Marathon Show on Thursday behind the paywall Florida members. Shout out to Mitch Comp, got his goat horns last night there. The people laughed at me, Nez. Can't play Justin Fields. He's going to lose his job. He's bad at football, and he's the highest scoring fucking quarterback on the slate, by the way, on a slate with Hurts and May and all this stuff, and you still didn't even need him to win there. The big moving pieces, I talked about JMO, how much I loved him on the slate there. The big moving piece was the Hendo stuff. You needed the early draft window of Hendo before Hendo came with the projections at like pick 3. Yes, he did lose his job, and he is bad at football, and he still wins you fucking fantasy points. This is literally the point, guys. This is literally the point. This is why I have the microphone.
That's so funny. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. Yeah, man, the JMO stuff. I didn't watch any of that game last night. I was touching ice, but it's just nice to see the JMO box scores return in the game and a half that he has had Dan Campbell as coordinator there and calling plays. That now, oh my God, is Waymo back in a big way. This is nice. He's got to be amongst one of the guys that we would like to have pushing into the BBM playoffs here.
Whew. Yeah, I feel really good about my Waymo exposures. He's helping me make a little push in advance rates even higher than I already am. Yeah. It's a little bit of a humble brag. I didn't think I could go any higher. And JMO taking me even higher. Thank God. Thank you, Dan Campbell, for calling plays. Just thank you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Shout out to Mike here. First podium finish in the PTP playbook last night. Shout out to you guys. Love that. Thank you, Mike. Mad respect to you, my friend. Keep grinding, dude. Keep grinding. But shout out to Mitch. Wanted to share that one. JT McKenzie's up here, fully loaded, who was the #1 endorser of the Marathon Show, who said, keep going, John, keep going. And we kept pushing forward on the slates there. He makes it worthwhile with a top 3 as well. And then our guy T-Box tagged us in some stuff last night. He takes down the 3rd and long with a McCaffrey plus Allen plus Henry one, aka the exposures. And then he comes in second place. What's his third place with a very similar looking team there in the QB sneak. So mad respect to our guy T-Box there as well. Don't need to teach the old dog new tricks when the old tricks still work, Nez.
Shout out T-Box, man. Still doing it. Still doing it. Still got his fastball.
Yeah, absolutely. Still got his fastball. All right, Nez, let's move into, I didn't play a ton of NBA over the weekend there. I had a couple nice ones on Friday and Thursday there, but I just got a couple in to see the leaderboard there yesterday. Shout out to Cabbage 21 here, game changer up there, DMC as well. It was very interesting slate just with some of the Portland moving pieces there where like Jeremy Grant came into people's lives. We had a double overtime game. We had a single overtime game. And the reason I start here, obviously, to showcase the win here, but also to start here because it's a good precursor for moving into this evening slate as I pull up the Unabated interface. 8-game slate there, Nez. One is slightly later than the rest. We got a Peacock game. We have Podcast P, a.k.a. Paul George, making his return this evening. We got this looming Cade Cunningham Q tag and Jalen Duren Q tag for the, I don't know what, the fourth slate in a row, third slate in a row there. Yeah, we got a rematch of the NBA Cup game from Friday night in Knicks Heat that went nuke there and played uber fast. Yeah, anything else? I'll lay it out more specifically on Unabated here, but anything else kind of macro that's piquing your interest that you're paying attention to?
Yeah, so Josh Giddey was questionable coming into the Jazz game with that ankle injury. He practiced, then suited up for the game, played 40-odd minutes in that Jazz game thanks to double OT, and he is not on the injury report. So he's good to go. I was fading him early, so kind of unfortunate, but I think everybody was. So his ADP right now is essentially fake. ADP 10.5. That no longer will be the case.
Yeah. I was ranking some stuff out early there. I only did 3 drafts to start my day, and my initial inclination was I wanted to put Giddey right there where the Donovan Mitchell end of tier was. So I think that will kind of be the staple of the evening going forward. They are still they're still like 14-point dogs on the road at altitude versus a Joker team though. So yeah, we'll talk about just like the dynamics of that. Kobe White came back last night too. Is he on the injury report for this one? I haven't seen the Chicago stuff roll through yet.
He's not. I don't think he's playing.
Yeah,
I think they rolled him out early.
Yeah, I would have just expected an out tag right away. Yeah. Okay. Yep, out tag there I'm seeing on the injury report. Yeah, before I get into the back-to-backs and some of the totals and spreads and stuff there, Nez, anything else that you want to point out? Anything else you were playing? We also got the Zion Q tag. Zion felt like he was close yesterday, then doesn't end up playing. Derek Queen starts. Sadiq Bey starts. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a lean on the Zion situation tonight?
I think he plays, but you don't need to rush to get him. They're playing the Thunder, so this isn't necessarily the spot to jam Zion, even if he's playing. Yeah, I am. I'm like hyper focused on Knicks and Heat. That would be like my last point before we dive into everything.
Yeah, tight spread, highest total on the slate. They just played on Friday in a kind of like an epic back and forth where everybody filled up box scores. We could talk about some of the favorite targets there and whatnot. Obviously, no Jalen Brunson still there as well for the Knicks. Yeah, we'll break it all down when we get to that game. But yes, I like the macro point on the Zion stuff that like coming off a hamstring, 17.5-point dogs at home. Like, do we really need to even play him? Like, I don't know. Even if you get like, I would say it would be an astronomical ceiling potential if you got 25 minutes of Zion tonight.
Yeah, I would agree. I think 25 would be the limit for him. And yeah, dude, they're playing the best team in basketball, so don't love it.
Yeah. No, fully agree with you there. Also, second night back to back. So even like the Trey Murphys of the world and like that sort of stuff, it's just it's dire. I could see them just playing Derek Queen 24 minutes to close out the game. Like something like that.
Yeah.
Second night back to backs here, Nez. We got the Clippers who are still without Kawhi. We got Dallas who is fucking this ADQ tag for like 4 straight slates. And now they come out and tell us, oh yeah, he's probably going to miss another 7 to 10 days. Like, couldn't you just told us that 2 weeks ago?
Dude, so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb. Like,
yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Fuck them for that.
Fuck them for that is right. Chicago is on the back end, back-to-back double overtime game against Utah last night, and now they continue to play at altitude in Denver as 14-point dogs there. And the giddy anticipatory Q tag never came down, as Nez alluded to, but we are going to be without Zach Collins and Kobe White, and I believe Io was on that. We'll get to that game.
Trey Jones was on it, I think.
Trey Jones was on it. Okay.
Yeah, Io's probable, I believe.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, we'll get to that one. And then the last back end back-to-back is that aforementioned Pelicans team, which is a 2-11 team at home that are 17.5-point dogs at home to the best team in basketball, the OKC Thunder, who did finally lose a basketball game. They are 13-1, I believe, maybe 12-1.
I think 13. Yeah.
13-1.
They're so good.
Yeah, man. So good. Tomorrow, Tuesdays, obviously usually a lighter day with that coast to coast Tuesday and whatever. We're going to have 6 basketball games tomorrow, which is going to be fun for members only stream there. But Detroit is the one most noteworthy. They are in front end back to back and obviously had the Q tag on Cade. And now it looks like the status on Duren has been shifted to a probable tag. Am I seeing that right? Someone said that in the chat. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, cool. That's the lay of the land. I guess the other one I would add to, we'll get to it with the Dallas stuff, is we do have an injury report on the Dallas stuff, and all the 5s are basically out. No Gafford, no AD, no Lively, and we know they don't like to play the good Canadian kid Dwight Powell all that much. So that's going to be a very interesting dynamic to talk through when it comes to that Mavs game. Starting from the top here, Nez, Pacers and Pistons. Pistons, 11-point favorites at home in this one, a 231. This is interesting because Benny Math looking to maybe potentially return with the Q tag. We know that the Pacers are very forthcoming with their injury report, and they did it previously this year where they do like the Q. They do like the progressive listing. They do like the Q, and then the next game, then the player comes back, that sort of thing. TJ McConnell went from Q to playing, but then was on a soft limits cap or soft minutes cap there last time out, but still no Obi Toppin, no Quentin Jackson, no Tyrese Halliburton, and no Johnny Furphy. And then you're now without Aaron Naismith in this one. So Pacers look somewhat decimated there, and they're big dogs for a reason here. We got the Cade Q tag again to deal with, 3rd game in a row there. No Tobias Harris here, no Jaden Ivey, no Marcus Sasser. And then you got a Q tag on a Sir Thompson. And then, as previously noted, Jalen Duren has shifted from a Q to a probable. How we treating this one? Basically 3 draftable players in every single draft. And then you can kind of mix and match from there.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of Siakam right now. Nembhard has been playing good basketball, and he's, 34-9, so super undrafted. But, Benny Math, if he suits up, eats into his usage. But I still think Nembhard's a fine scroll. But pretty light on Pacers, man. They're just like, not a good team. And the Pacers and the Pistons very much are. Even without Cade here, I still think that, I would take the Pistons here and be fairly disinterested in the indie stuff. But yeah, Siakam, man, like in terms of like the 1v1 that I'm making with him, it's, he's ADP 15. So like, it's not bad considering like where he was being projected early on. I didn't really like that early on, just tip my own cap there. But like the 1v1 is like Siakam or Jamal Murray right now. It's like Siakam or Randall for me is easily Randall. Siakam or P-Tag Duren is Duren. And then it's like Siakam or Jamal Murray. And I think I prefer Jamal Murray. So yeah, it's leading me to not a lot of Siakam.
Okay, yeah, man, I respect that. Yeah, and then you kind of get into like that whole game environment that you like, that Knicks and Miami one where it's kind of like a hodgepodge of who do we click in there. Kind of surprised Miles Bridges ADP is this low. But yeah, no, I would definitely agree with you there, man. Like I like Siakam and like in a vacuum most nights. We always joke about the stocks never being there, but yeah, I do think I prefer the 1v1 of the Jamal side there. The one thing I always worry about the Jamal stuff is in these situations where they're like 14-point favorites at home, that like, is he the first guy that gets cut a little bit? And it tends to be that guy that way, especially when he's been managing this injury for a month now. So that would be like my one, like Winhurst's up, but I don't think that changes the fact that he can do enough in 28 to 31 that Jamal could really matter here. Yeah, I think I'm with you, dude.
Yeah, it's a fair question. I know we're not on that game, but yeah, it's a fair question. We'll get to that one later.
Yeah, do you have a lean on the Chet or Siakam?
I still think it's Siakam.
Okay, yeah, I would agree with you.
Because you're looking at like 24 minutes of Chet potentially. Like,
right,
it's gonna be it's gonna be so bad.
And we've seen hyper efficient Chet. Don't get me wrong, but like, man, that's not like necessarily the bet I want to make here. Is 24 minutes of Chet?
No, not really.
Yeah, like he definitely has the stock ceiling, and he can definitely run pure as hell from 3 and at the rim like he did. What was that, 3 or 4 games ago there? But yeah, that's not necessarily the one. Okay, so in terms of draftable players, Nembhard has a scroll. Anybody else on the Pacers other than Siakam and Nembhard?
Not for me.
Okay, that seems good. That seems like kind of like right there. On the Detroit side, man, there's going to be a lot of push-pull with the Cade stuff. Do you think Cade goes this evening?
No, but I'm not fading him.
Sure. Yeah.
But I don't think he goes.
Okay. Yeah, like if Cade didn't have the Q tag right now, I'd probably rank him 4 or 5. Like I think I'd like him a little bit more than Maxey and about the same as Cat, maybe a little bit more than Cat.
I think I'd have him 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
They play tomorrow, I think. Yeah.
Yes, they do. They're the only front end back-to-back.
Yep. So that doesn't really bode well for Cade.
Yeah, let me take a peek at that for a half second. So 11-point favorites at home this evening. And then tomorrow night at Atlanta. Atlanta's 9-5. They're 11-2 pending tonight's result. That is not one of the coast-to-coast nationally televised tomorrow. The nationally televised are Memphis at San Antonio and Phoenix at Portland. So that's the coast-to-coast series. So no implications for TV, but it is a travel game to Atlanta. I mean, hop, skip, and a jump, but still a 2-hour and a bit flight, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So don't necessarily love that, him being on the front end back-to-back in Q, but like, yeah, you can fade him and it's probably okay because of like the 1-2 turn has good options, but yeah, I'm not fading him.
Okay. If Cade is out and Asur Thompson is in, where would you rank Thompson amongst like the back end guys? Like, does he vault up? Does he become like a 5th round guy for you? Or do you think there's no like real push pull there? And
I was kind of worried about Asar's minutes.
Yeah,
but
I kind of agree.
Yeah, I would be a little worried about his minutes.
Okay.
I'm not. I forget what the injury is though. Also at the same time. So is it like soft tissue?
It is right ankle sprain.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still see guys get kind of babied on that. I think the answer would be like Jenkins.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a good piece of that ball game on, I guess it was Friday night or Thursday night when everybody swapped to him just because I was generally interested. The dude reminds me of like Keaton Wallace, where it's like when the other guys are out, he's the guy that like give me the ball. Like he's got give me the ball energy. Like fucking oh, ball's getting inbounded. Yo, I'm here. Like he's that kind of guy, right? Like obviously B-Ball Paul had some of the massive games there. He had the one massive game without Beef Stew and without Duran. I think the toothpaste goes back into the tube with B-Ball Paul with all three of the fives available. But yeah, the one that does intrigue me is Jenkins. Like definitely.
Yeah, he's going to be like super, super low owned. Probably the swap for most Cade people, and you're really just kind of like praying. But no, he's a nice replacement, like very ball dominant, like you said, and he can play. So
I like it.
Yeah, gonna keep an eye out for him and where he projects.
Are you hedging if you're playing Cade out right now, are you pushing up Duran into like the middle of the second there? Like
not really. No, because I don't think that has a major effect on Duran's projection, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think it's just a good spot for Duran in general. Like we like attacking like the IQs and we like attacking Isaiah Jackson, and we like attacking who's our guy, J-Hop.
Yeah, bigs are feasting on Indy right now.
Like to the point in which they're starting Tony Bradley some nights because they think he's like the least funnily sieve of the three on the defensive end. And yeah, I mean Isaiah Jackson's always liable for two fucking quick ones too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got issues.
Yeah. All right. A little bit more time than usual spent on the first game of the slate there, but I think it's important just given the fact that the Pistons are front end back to back and this Cade Q tag does a lot. I think Jenkins is definitely the most interesting of the bunch there. And I think he becomes like the priority swap, but probably becomes the chalk swap like we saw the other night if Cade doesn't go, and that leads his ownership to be like a little bit higher. So taking some 6th round Jenkins makes sense to me right now.
The last thing that I'll say, two things here, is one, Cade was just a game time decision over the weekend. But two, and this was somebody said I didn't get to watch the ETR show that like for that slate, but Gallagher essentially called them being a game time decision, and I think he said, quote, because they're annoying like that. So probably game time decision for Cade here. I don't think we're going to get the news too early. So
that's a really good point.
And that's like I said, parroting Gallagher.
We've had that conversation on the show. The teams that are forthcoming with injury and the teams that aren't, like the Pistons have done this snip snap on Cade many times in our lives the last year and a half there, and they've given him the probable tag, and it's effectively a Q tag like the Giannis probable tag. They do the weird, annoying snip snap stuff like the Sixers, the Giannis stuff, the old probable tags on the Lakers guys, and the Pistons stuff, super fucking annoying. Like those are renowned for super fucking annoying teams.
Yes, they are.
All right, dude, let's move on here. We got the B-Ball Paul Podcast P revenge game here for Paul George here. Paul George going to be making his season debut here for the Sixers. There is no Joel Embiid this evening in that one. No Adem Bona as well there. And then we got Jared McCain, who went down for a kind of like a conditioning stint with the G League or something like that, and now is back. No Kelly Oubre as well. So Sixers looking kind of thin, but they do get, 20 minutes of Paul George this evening back there. I don't think he's playable, but just interesting to note that they're trending in there. It's going to lead my guy, Andre Drummond, to being drafted a lot out here. And then the Sixers side, man, they lost Bradley Beal for the year there. They might get Bogdanovich back this evening. He has the Q tag there. We got out tags on Kawhi and Derrick Jones Jr. as well. Good to see no designation for Harden after Harden has had a couple feast spots in recent memory there. Yeah. He's been playing some incredible basketball. Man, this is a pseudo Harden revenge spot, although there are many such games on the calendar. But yeah, he had 80 fantasy points the other night against Dallas in that overtime game where he played 50 whatever. I think he played 49 or 50 minutes there, and then he played 37 yesterday. So yeah, what are we anticipating here outside of the obvious?
This is, I mean, John, I was laughing because like we got to put some respect on this revenge game. This is like the biggest James Harden revenge game.
Ooh.
You said there's many. Not many players, John, have hate in their heart for an organization or a person that runs an organization quite like James Harden. He went to China, spoke to children, and said, Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never play basketball for his organization ever again. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never play basketball for his organization ever again.
That is big time. That is big time hate in his heart. Oh man.
I'm just saying, man.
Those kids had
like China. So
yeah.
I'm just saying this. We need to, if you're in, ask your projection maker, hey, did you count this? Is this baked in? Is it baked in? Because if it's not, get back in the kitchen. So, this game though really, really low scoring, especially considering every other game on the slate. So, like on the on the whole, don't like love the spot for anybody here, but there's some really good fantasy pieces here that I'm not going to necessarily shy away from because of it.
Yeah, I mean, Sixers, like they've played some kind of fun back and forth games at times, but like they're not playing like as fast as you would think they'd be playing with like the way Maxey stylistically plays. When you watch them, you would think their pace metric would be higher than it is. When you're just doing the eye test and watching, and then when you look up the pace stuff, it's like, whoa, they're actually not playing like as a cumulative basketball team. They're not actually playing like that fast. And then the Clippers are like the slowest or second slowest in the league there as well. So yeah, I think that's a good point there just on the total and spread. Favorite pieces here, Nez, like what are we getting to outside of Maxey and Harden? I imagine we're both taking them in and around ADP. I think taking Harden instead of Cade or Donovan feels entirely fine tonight. If you want to put him at ADP 6, I'd be fine with it.
That was for who?
Just in general, like anyone else from this game.
Well,
Zoom should be next kind of thing.
Yeah, like I like Drummond.
Yeah, boy.
Your boy. You mentioned Paul George, probable?
Yep, of course. Yep. I don't think he's draftable.
No, he's not. But Sixers low key interesting moving forward. Like sneaky good team. Yeah, Harden, Zoobs. That's it. That's absolutely it. I mean, what? Jeez, man, the Clippers, dude. Who would have thought that rolling out the oldest team in the league was not really a fruitful strategy for getting to the playoffs and also having healthy bodies in the playoffs. So
yeah,
they're kind of fucked.
Who would have thought? Yeah, I like it, dude. I'll play a decent amount of Drummond tonight above ADP. I think if you can get him in the 5th or the 6th, it's good. Zoobs continues to be like just pretty solid, like night after night with it. Just contributing every single night in decent ways. And then when he gets the elevated minutes or gets the elevated chances at the rim, he's a guy who can get Drummond in foul trouble, but not like he's not like a circle your calendar like, yo, we're going to get one of these guys in foul trouble with this matchup here. But they are kind of both slow down the game guys, and hence the total.
Yeah.
Anybody else on the Sixers side? Like, do you like VJ showing a little bit of a resurgence in terms of the box scores on, what was that, Friday night or Thursday night versus Detroit there? I think it was Friday night's game.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else?
No, not with Paul George coming into the fold and kind of like taking up some minutes, but I would have because of Kelly Oubre out here. I mean, you still can, dude. You still can, But like, I think the 6th round is too many options right now that I'm taking ahead of, VJ here in a spot that I don't love with Paul George coming back in the fold, even if it's for 20 minutes. I don't know. That could bite me. But I just wish Paul George was out.
I like Grimes, like just in general, and like the way he's been filling it up with the second unit, like that sort of thing. This is an interesting question from T Cage in the chat there. Like, is it worse? Is PJ worse, like being back for Edgecombe or Grimes? And I would say it's for Edgecombe. It's worse because PG is going to be sharing the floor and overlapping with Edgecombe like way more frequently, and like a lot of those, secondary possessions or secondary options down the floor will be like PG's music opposed to Edgecombe. Like those threes and stuff that Edgecombe was taking, like maybe now there's one more pass to PG or whatever. Like I like the scoring off the bench that Grimes provides, and I like the fact that like 30 to 34 minutes as like a 6th man of the year style candidate. I kind of like it.
I mean, yeah, I'm a big fan of Grimes.
Yeah. It's probably not the spot for it, but I just like him in general, I guess.
No, Grimes is good, dude. Grimes is good. It's just, I just didn't think the stars necessarily lined up for him. But Evergreen, fan of Grimes here.
Yeah. All right, dude. Let's move on here. Cavs and Bucks. 7.5 by way of the Cavs in this one. A 230, 5.5 here. We got the dreaded Giannis P tag at the front end of the draft boards, but the fact that Joker has a P tag as well is kind of evening the playing field in terms of draft dynamics. Giannis probable, and then everything else has just been the same. Taron Prince and Kevin Porter Jr. are both still out there. And then on the Cavs side of the equation here, we have no Darius Garland yet again there with that left great toe injury that he re-aggravated and then hasn't played again since there. Jalen Tyson still with the concussion as well. And then obviously Max Strus has yet to play. So, just thoughts on this one. It's always tough on a night-to-night basis to determine like which of the 3 or which of the 4 big Cavs to play, and it's kind of evergreen. But I guess the more interesting question here is outside of the top 3 who are going to go all in the top 12, let's call it Giannis, Mitchell, and Mobley, all in the top 12 of picks. Who is your favorite remaining player, and or is there someone you want to get overweight in this ball game?
Well, like Rollins will project as somebody that can be scrolled to.
Okay.
Not loving it.
No, me neither.
Jared Allen, evergreen, dangerous ADP where he's on like every team. Mm-hmm. He's on a team in every draft, but like shouldn't be drafted every time. Mm-hmm. So it's just that's just like one of those funny dynamics where you're like, the ownership, it's bad, it could kill you at the same time, but I'm still not getting there. Mm-hmm. So I don't really like anybody outside of the big 3 in this game, but Rollins can be scrolled to. Jared Allen, I'm just fading.
Yeah,
I know what I'm in for, but I'm still fading.
I know. I agree with you, Nez. I am a fade Jared Allen guy, especially in spots like this, like just in a vacuum. Like we've always just been like Miles Turner and Jared Allen for like 4 straight seasons, and you could throw Vooch in this conversation too. They're like the guys that every single day they get the BAM treatment, they get the BAM projection, they get the they're going to project like they should be in this tier. They get drafted every single night, but the band of projection is like this narrow. And then twice a year they break a slate and you just kind of like live with it. The nights where everyone's playing it, I scroll past it. The nights where no one's playing it, I scroll to it. It's kind of just like the evergreen rule with like the Turners and the Allens and that sort of thing. Any love for Kyle Kuzma? Kyle Kuzma returning to, he was kind of just a Giannis replacement guy. It was Giannis replacement, like Giannis was out. Kuzma was replacing him in the starting lineup and then replacing his usage. Kyle Kuzma comes out and has a couple bangers in the last like 4 games, but then returns to, obscurity again there. Is there any love for anyone like this? Miles Turner, Kyle Kuzma, anything on the back end?
No, shout out Kyle Kuzma though. 60 ball against Charlotte. Oh my God, 5 stocks.
He's
And
back,
then
baby.
1 point, 1 board, 1 turnover against his old team. So pretty funny. We also just got the most hilarious update in the world on LeBron.
Okay.
He could return Tuesday, Sunday, or next Tuesday. So awesome.
Peak fucking hoops, man.
That's just like driving up those ticket sales, right? Like, let's get ticket sales drove up for 3 games instead of just 1. Let's just give me a fucking break, bro.
Yeah. Bronny James started. Was that yesterday? He started over the weekend.
He got the Make-A-Wish start there.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what that was about.
Make-A-Wish start, did nothing with it, and then just got played over by Connect later.
He's God, man. He's not an NBA player.
No. Shout out to JFresh, rolling through, drops off 5 Bad Throws memberships. I think that brings the total of the program to about 40. Mad love, mad respect to you, my friend. Did 1 layup line draft to see the Sunday slate and ended up getting first last night. Appreciate
That's just the type of shit that rolls through whenever I'm like in the middle of a downswing. Just like, hey, I put in 1 lineup, I flicked the coin in the fountain, and out came $500. Like,
I just auto drafted that shit, and now I'm going to the dog bowl for the 11th straight time. Fuck yeah, love it. Congrats, JFresh. Love to hear it. Nez, let's move on. Your favorite game of the night here. A 244 by the unabated line there. 244, 2.5, 2 now by way of the Heat there versus the Knicks. As we said off the top, as I realize I'm sharing the wrong screen. There you go. As we said off the top there was no Jalen Brunson. Well, now we're dealing with no OG Anunoby as well there. Obviously, still no Bam and Hero on the other side. No Terry Rozier for obvious reasons as well on the other side. Miles McBride originally had a Q tag, but now has been listed available. Nothing injury related. It was personal reasons based. This is leading to a very nice cap projection. So he is going to be up there in the upper echelons of drafts, even though I tend to not love playing him when he plays alongside Mitchell Robinson. But that might be unavoidable this evening because it just feels like a really nice spot for Cat, regardless of whether he's playing the 4 or the 5 there. Josh Hart minutes uptick is back, but he was still playing off the bench. I anticipate that continuing this evening now that Miles McBride has been listed available for it. And then on the Heat side, man, there's 3-4 guys you can play whack-a-mole with on any given night that are going to give you somewhere between 33 and 54, 56 fantasy points. And it's our job to decide which of those 4 is the one to play this evening because they're all getting drafted.
Yeah, I mean, I love this goddamn game. Just think this is just fantasy goodness galore right here, man. What really makes this game so nice is like the missing pieces and the fact that the game environment is still strong, even with these guys out. So, I mean, I'm going to have so much of everybody in this game. Like, I'll be at the field on Cat because, you know, he's ADP 4. I'm not taking him over SGA. But Cat, Mikal, and Josh Hart specifically, I'm going to be like way over the field on.
Finally got a Bridges night, baby. We finally got a Bridges night.
Oh, yeah, which means, when has Mikal Bridges ever let anybody down? But, yeah, love both those guys. I really expected Josh Hart to have, better projections and better props, but it's to our benefit, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just like it's the evergreen debate with Josh Hart that we dealt with last year, right? Like him and Jaime Jaquez, very, very similar in terms of like if we get the minutes from them and we know we're going to get the big minutes from them, we know what they can do for stretches of time. Like they are triple-double candidates there that, Jaime has more of the scoring than Josh Hart does. But they can do so much when the minutes are there. When the minutes aren't there, it becomes like the bottom falls out so quickly. So if you project Josh Hart to start this evening and finally be in that starting lineup and they'd stop doing the Landry Shamet stuff and they just let him go old school Josh Hart 35, 38 minutes, well, he's a screaming value. But if you think he's going to play off the bench and like there's a little bit more push-pull than that, I kind of get why he can't, as a baseline projection, be there, because he's not a crazy rates guy either. He just has big time peaks and valleys in terms of his output from a fantasy standpoint.
I would be shocked if they didn't play him.
As in start him, or as in like just
start him? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he still hasn't started. Did he start last game?
Last game was OG started and then he died.
Yeah. Yeah, like this would be the opportunity to be his first start of the season.
Yeah, like I think you go Deuce, Cat, Bridges, Hart,
Mitch Robb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mitch Robb with the wear stuff, and yeah.
So if you start Mitch Robb, then you could replace Hart with Clarkson or Shamet. But I still think Hart gets like 35 minutes regardless.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you give Hart 35 minutes right now, he should go in the 6th round every single draft. He should go in the 5th round.
Even earlier than that.
Yeah, he should go in the 5th round every single time. But if you think Landry Shamet could play 36 again and start, then he doesn't deserve to be going there.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
I'm taking Josh Hart though.
Okay,
like very often.
Yeah, yeah. We just need 35 minutes of Josh Hart is what we need. Any love for Deuce McBride? Starting, maybe a little bit of lead handling there. Could be like a fill it up guy. It's kind of been just like empty minutes in recent memory though.
Yeah, no, not for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably rather play Davion on the other side, to be honest. But I'm not even going to play Davion.
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson, we know he can do, fill it up off the bench or whatever. It's probably too thin.
He's intriguing.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm not doing it, but he's for sure like scrollable, like really low owned.
Yeah,
and he can catch fire, get hot, things of that nature. In a spot where we expect a ton of possession, so he's not a bad click. Given his ownership, you're good there.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Miami side, dude. Who's your favorite over here? Where has the steepest of the price tags amongst the group there?
Yeah.
The minutes have been really solid. The floor ceiling combo has been really nice. Back to back double doubles, I believe. What was it, 3 or 4 in a row?
3.
I think he maybe missed the 4th with like 1 or 2 points he missed by. We are Jaime Bulls here, even though he plays off the bench. Him and Josh Hart, very, very similar roles right now, where it's like they're playing off the bench, but we could project them for more minutes than the starter in front of them kind of vibe. Who's your favorite here, man? Like Norm Powell filled it up on Friday night's game here. I think he scored 36. What did he score? 38 in Friday night's game at the Garden there. Wiggins just continues to have a really narrow band of projection, but feels like the safest floor. What do you think?
I got Jaime ranked the highest, but I love Norm Powell. Love Wiggins as a scroll, even though Wiggins is like allergic to 40 fantasy points. Still a good pick. And Davion, man, is a really good scroll. The minutes are extremely strong. We like the game environment a lot. Davion is a really, really sneaky scroll here.
Good stock, good random variance in stocks guy too.
Yep.
Like he could do a Keon Ellis. He could do a Dyson Daniels, like that kind of, like he could do like a 5 steal game. He could do a 4 steal game.
Yeah, for sure.
Any love for the fake Joker, Jovic?
I never play him.
Yeah, he just randomly has ceiling every now and then when they're lacking front court depth, and then you have no idea how to ever play it again.
Yeah.
I think Pele probably starts again still, but I think Jaime plays way more than him. I would say in a vacuum, Jaime's my favorite of the bunch. I think I would take Jaime over Ware, but it's close.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Ware is way more fragile than the ADP cares to admit, and projections will tell you this, but like Yeah, it's not even necessarily the projection on the site anymore. It's part of it, but like people are just box score hunting with Ware. His minutes in production is so fragile. Like, yeah, he's got a high ceiling, but he might not get you 30 fantasy points tonight because he might not play more than 25 minutes.
Yeah, Mitch Rob isn't like the best matchup in the world for him either, right? Like Mitch Rob, obviously a good defender, and then also a really good rebound rate guy. And yeah, I don't know how much Mitch Rob will get because on Friday night's game, he only played 14 minutes in this matchup. And like, I would like the matchup more if Ware's getting the majority of like the Towns matchup. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to give them as a look tonight. Like, a lot of the expanded Clarkson stuff and closing with Clarkson came at the expense of Mitch Rob on Friday in this same matchup.
Yeah, I don't think Mitch Rob's going to get a ton of minutes.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. That's a bull case for Ware, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. GM, Awen, what's good, my friend? Took down another slate on like Thursday or something like that. Evergreen.
I'll take your word for it.
Let's keep rolling here, dude. Raptors and Hornets here. 8.5 by way of the Raptors. This is a 240 in this one. Yeah, nothing really changing with the Raptors recently. Oji Akbaji doubtful in this one, but he's missed the last couple in a row. G Leaguers listed out. Jamison Battle, who played the other night, is now listed as questionable there. And then on the Hornets side, no Josh Green, no Liam McNeely, no Brandon Miller still. And then, yeah, that's kind of all we really have to worry about. Salon's still with the G League, and Grant Williams hasn't played basketball this year. So LaMelo Ball going to be good to go for this one, but he's not projecting like old school LaMelo Ball would back in the day and be like completely thrust up. Him and Miles Bridges are like kind of like neck and neck these days. Kahn and Kalkbrenner both back for this one. Kalkbrenner missed for personal reasons. I think they had a child or something like that over the weekend. Mm-hmm. He's been a blocks monster in recent memory. So yeah, those would be the four on the Hornets side. Do you like, love, want any of them? Are you taking them only at ADP? Hornets first, Nez.
Yeah, I mean, I still like LaMelo despite the projection. So I'm worried about that because LaMelo's clunkers are just awful. But I can't help but try to get to him here, just given his ceiling. So I'm over the field on LaMelo. Bridges, I know he's like a better projection than his ADP indicates, but it's hard for me to take him over some of the Heat and Knicks guys. So that's what's got me kind of tripped up on Bridges. But I'll make a decision and probably get him higher in my ranks just to get some more than I currently have.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just those two for me from the Hornets side.
Okay. No Knipple in the last round. No, nothing like that.
I love Knipple. Love him. Yeah. But no, I'm not.
Okay. Raptors low-key been playing faster than the Hornets. Hornets have been playing like kind of slow, but obviously we know the addition of Melo speeds things up. So in terms of pace, they're slightly below league average, and they're kind of in like the Knicks, Sixers, Bucks kind of range there in terms of pace right now. Whereas like we used to think of them as like a huge pace up, zero defense spot, and that's not necessarily the case anymore.
Yeah.
Raptors side, dude, Scotty Bolway always goes first, aka Scotty Barnes. Yeah, I mean, isolated matchup. Like, I think this is probably a little bit better of a spot for Barnes than his current ADP indicates, but I can see why his current ADP is where it is. Yeah, talk me through just kind of like the 5 playable Raptors who on any given night kind of just flip-flop and whatever. The back 4, but it's kind of Scotty always goes first, and then the next 4 rotate on a given night and get based on a matchup. I think I'd be pulling up some of those back end Raptors over the Pirtle spot tonight.
Yeah, IQ and RJ are like 5th round picks that are sitting at ADP 34 and 35. You just don't know. It's just like playing whack-a-mole, like you said. You don't know who it's going to be, but just mix and match them, man. Pirtle included. Pirtle doesn't have a good projection, so you're going to start to see him slip. But Pirtle didn't have a good projection against the Pacers either, and I was like, and I was really kind of phoning it in on Saturday. So, I listened to the projections. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll fade Pirtle, but saw him get 29 against Brooklyn, and I'm like, man, he seems back.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I love Pirtle here. Like, I'm kind of shocked that Pirtle isn't getting more love from the computers.
Okay. Sounds good, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm always a proponent of taking the lower ADP guys over the higher one. But if those are fake ADPs because the projections are telling you to draft IQ and RJ, then I could get in lockstep with Pirtle a little bit higher there. Not the same flow chart it once was, going to centers against the Hornets. But yeah, I think all 5 are in play. I think the way I ranked them on the screen is like how I would play them. But obviously, if you want more Jakob Poeltl in your life, that you should pull him up over that kind of tier. But they're all viable in the 5th and 6th round.
100%.
Yeah, it could also be one of those slates where like you see multiple Raptors on the same lineup get home because like it is a high total game. I think it's 3rd highest on the slate. They're 8.5 point favorites, but if it stays tighter than that, you kind of get like the push-pull effect that we saw, I guess it was Wednesday's slate last week, where it was like 3 Raptors were in the winning lineup because like this is kind of like the 1 tier below version of Knicks Heat. And more people are going to do Knicks and Heat in the same lineup. So if that game plays a little bit under pace or a little bit under total because they just saw one another or something, and there's some matchup wrinkle that you and I are missing right now, and it plays a little bit under total, and this game plays over total, this is the game that you're going to need multiple pieces from at a cheaper price point.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. 239 total here, second high or almost second highest, on the slate. So yeah, no, this is like a nice pivot. I'm getting a lot of Raptors on, like multiple Raptors on most of my teams.
Yeah, I like it, dude. And then, we said on the Hornets stuff, but you can mix some Kalkbrenner and some Knipple in the last round, but I think it's primarily going to be Melo over ADP for me and a little bit of Bridges, and then Raptors pieces. That's kind of how I got it as well. All right, Nez, let's keep moving here. We got the T-Wolves and we got the Mavs here. T-Wolves has 14-point favorites over the Dallas Mavericks for a 231.5. Here, this is I'm going to say this is the game I'm interested in the least from all angles this evening. I'm very concerned about the lack of depth at the 5 for the Mavs this evening. Just to reiterate there for anyone who missed at the top, AD is going to miss another 7 to 10 days. Obviously still no Exum, and no Kyrie. And then they're without Ryan Nembhard, Derek Lively, and Daniel Gafford. And Gafford had just got the minutes, ramped up a little bit there. That leaves them incredibly light at the 5 right now. So that's kind of Rudy's music, I guess. That could be Naz Reid's music. We've seen Najee Marshall draw into the starting lineup at times here. Brandon Williams has been starting at the 1. I don't know, man. It's just this hodgepodge of like, I have no idea what to do with it. Everyone's going to want to play Cooper Flag and PJ in the last round. But second night of a back-to-back on the road, 14-point dogs with no 5s. I don't see it here.
No, I don't like them. I like PJ more than I like Flag. But, yeah, I don't know. Sound the alarms on Flag, dude. Just at a minimum for fantasy.
Really? He's had a couple okay ones recently.
He has.
Yeah.
He has. I'm not in on it, man. I'm not in on it. Like, yeah, there's some good box scores here, but for against Portland, yeah, we'll give them that one against Portland. Against Phoenix, That's cool, man. But I don't see him doing anything here against the T-Wolves. Do you think the fact that Dallas has like no viable bigs, does that actually hurt Rudy? Because like there's less necessity for him to be on the floor.
It's a really good point. I think if you're going to go Galbrain on this and you're going to go like, oh, let's play second unit small and one guy gets hot and then he keeps that small unit out there, would be playing the Naz Reid angle and being like, this is a Naz game because they play smaller second unit and then they, get up big enough that they close with Naz over Rudy. I think that's definitely a viable thought process, I would say.
Yeah, it's like interesting because I think it could go like one of two ways, where it's you don't see Rudy on the court much because they just matchup wise isn't needed, or it's like Rudy with like 4 points and 20 boards and 4 stocks.
Yeah. That's a very fair point. What do we know about Musa Cisse?
That he shares a name with your goat, Diabate.
Diabate. Yeah, like I don't know much about this kid who's going to start at the 5 tonight.
I know nothing.
Huh. I've heard smart people say his name and talk about him, but I don't know much about him.
Don't think he's on the table.
Yeah, not for us, but I bet you he's probably like a min salary redacted play that everybody talks about.
He's going to be like.
Yeah, like
it's gonna be jammed over there.
Builds and they have to have him out there to match size or whatever. I don't know, 6'10" center.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about the T-Wolves. I just like to learn, dude. I like to learn.
I like it.
Let's talk about the T-Wolves side here. Ant's going pretty early there. I think I would take the Harden stuff over Ant. But I think most people are going to agree with me there. I could definitely see 28 to 32 minutes from both Ant and Randall tonight if things go really well. But if things, evergreen with minutes, if things go really well, that they probably played really well. But I don't know if it'll be enough to win the slate. If this game stays a little bit tighter, they probably become like really good plays. They're getting drafted every time. Rudy gets drafted sometimes in the last round. I'm probably not going to play any of it tonight. I probably won't have a single share of Rudy tonight. Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, or Dante as kind of like extended run, and or they have to play a little bit smaller guys. Probably too big a slate for it.
Yeah. For me, I'm at the field on Ant Edwards, like 17%. Randall, I'm at 20%. So kind of bullish on Randall given his ADP and how well he's been playing. And he doesn't play, down low, but I think the lack of bigs just helps him, like for some rebounding opportunities for Randall. And just, no real strong defenders for him. That's it for me, man.
Maybe PJL.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'm not really getting to Rudy. I never really get there. I kind of like the Naz Reid call. I think
it'd be fun, man.
I think that he makes a lot of sense if you pair does Rudy match up well here? Does it make sense for Rudy to be out there with Naz Reid? Okay, well, if not Rudy, then Naz. I think that makes a lot of sense, man.
It's fucking Naz Reid night, baby.
Like, why not?
Why not?
He's playing pretty well lately.
Nobody loves a Naz Reid night more than I do. Double for 3.73. Team high score 10.3. What happens if you slide the PRA a little bit? 32 and a half. That's got to be better than double. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Let your boy cook for a second here. No. Najee Marshall on the other side on the points. Might draw in the starting lineup. Oh, babe, we got a little profit booster to add on there. Let's go. All right. There's your bro science matchup cooked on the back of the napkin there. Nas Reed on one side, PRA slide job, and then Najee Marshall on the other side. Little triple double Hart and double Nas Reed cook job too.
Yeah.
I like that
triple
show.
double should be higher. It's 3. I wish it was higher, but people are gonna hit it.
What's the Hart one?
3.4.
Oh, that's not high enough. Yeah, that's not high enough. The other one that's kind of fun is High Me. Yeah, his double double's only 1.32. Okay, we'll leave that one for a rainy day. Okay, back to the action here. Anybody else T-Wolves, Mavs that we haven't hit on that you think's playable, draftable in the last round?
No, not really. But yeah, I am gonna mix in Nas Reed though. That's real.
Okay. Yeah, Nas Reed night. I love this. I just got excited to play again. You get excited and then you talk through the slate and then you get, I need something to spark my interest, and then now I'm excited again. Nez, we kind of already talked about this one, but the Thunder 17.5 favorites on the road against the Pels here. This is a 225. Both you and I reiterated that we're not overly interested in Zion. He's listed as questionable with this left hamstring thing. He was questionable in yesterday's game as well. Jordan Poole is still out for them there. Obviously, DeJounte Murray as well. On the Oklahoma City Thunder side, we are still without Aaron Wiggins and J-Dub, a.k.a. Jalen Williams, without a Y. And then Alex Caruso, questionable, has now been made available to play this evening. No Kendrick Williams in this one as well. Chet and SGA have pretty high ADPs. And then on the other side, it's kind of just Trey Murphy gets drafted and Zion goes with the Q tag in the 4th or 5th round. I guess the first question would be, who would you swap Zion to if you wanted to stay in this same game environment and he doesn't go? That'd probably be like my first question for you. Let's go with that on the Pels side.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would swap to anybody.
Okay.
If you were to swap, probably would be Derek Queen.
Yeah.
Queen or Fears are going to be the top projecting, and then like maybe Sadiq Bey. But I wouldn't swap to anybody, man. They are going to get embarrassed on their home court. It is what it is. Shea, if Shea plays over 30 minutes, I'd be very, very surprised.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Queen played 24 last night. Fears played 25. Herb Jones played 28. Trey Murphy played 31. Queen still closed in garbage time. Fears still closed in garbage time. So I guess at least they're kind of I don't know. I would say they're protected in parentheses, but that was the front end of the back-to-back. Back end back-to-back, I don't think they're protected. They might just go another rung deeper on this one if they're down by 25. So the minutes are just so unsafe here on both sides.
Yeah, exactly. So for not only are minutes a concern here for the Pels, but obviously just production in what the minutes could be even
right. Yeah.
is also a really big concern. They're outmatched in every facet here. The spread before the garbage time begins, if you could somehow book that, would be 25 and a half, 24 and a half. I mean, dude, this is the two polar opposite ends of NBA franchises going at it here. A team without a first round pick and a team with every first round pick and the product on the court couldn't be further apart either. Yeah, I've got no interest in the Pelicans here. Like, I don't want Trey Murphy, dude.
Yeah, like this Pels team might have a hard time scoring 100 points tonight, even versus the second unit.
I would agree.
Yeah, like even the minutes you get from Trey Murphy aren't like fun minutes to have. They're not like good minutes. Like, can he, run hot on a couple stocks or whatever, ice a couple threes? Sure, but like I don't think there's a slate winning performance here unless it somehow stays tight, and I don't see a path to it staying tight.
No, I mean, his PRA is like 26. It's not very high.
We just slid Naz Reid to 29.5.
Yeah, like he hasn't been like when Zion has played, he hasn't been like all that dominant and all that spectacular, even when he has suited up. So we haven't seen that like next level Zion game yet. Not the spot to go get it, but if you're on the clock and it's like pick 34 to 36, dude, Zion's there. Okay. Like,
sure,
take some Zion, but like
take the Q tag, even 25 minutes of Zion.
This is not the typical Zion Q tag where we pull him up to the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah, I think that's a really good shout for everyone there. Would you rather play PJ Washington or Zion tonight?
PJ.
Would you rather play Quickly or Zion?
Quickly.
Nembhard?
Zion.
Wiggins? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're running an auto draft set right now, like Zion, man, there's a chance you get 18 minutes of Zion even if he plays. Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah, coming back from the hamstring, like just no need to push it. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to knock a dude's competitive.
I mean, Chet Hartenstein down low too. Like Zion's not a shooter. Like that's where like it doesn't shape up to be a good Zion game. But
yeah, Hartenstein's like number 3 in the league in defensive rating too. Like it's just
famous last words, but yeah, I don't love it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, and now Caruso's in as well. Like it's just like you could switch off that. You can, I don't know, and that's even if he plays. All right, I think we kind of like did that one justice. On the Thunder side here, dude, I'm gonna say this. AJ Mitchell with a little bit of expanded run in this ball game as like the one dude who plays a little bit fuller than everybody else because they're up 15 and they don't want to fully put in the backups yet, but they want him to run and score it up and dominate with a usage rate. Low-key AJ Mitchell spot that like might not matter for our scoring system, but I'm just saying low-key.
No, I'm with you, dude. Like he's good.
Yeah.
He's good. And he gets second unit run, he gets blowout run. I don't hate an AJ Mitchell in the 6th at all.
I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy that like they just go, okay, SGA played 3 quarters again. He sits down at 26 minutes. AJ had 11 or 12 points before that. And then AJ plays like the next 8 minutes or maybe not quite, but 6 minutes of the 4th and scores another like 12 on his own kind of thing. And he matters a little bit.
Yeah. It is interesting we got Caruso upgraded. Like what's the point? But
right. Yeah, just another body to muddle things up here. Also could sneaky be, this is so sick, but I love to play Jalen with a Y in
I wasn't going to say it.
In a potential blowout spots where he just goes full like double, triple monster in like 18 to 23 minutes.
I wish they were missing a big guy because like that would be so fun.
Yeah, we can't play it, but like it goes through my head, and we got to show off a little bit with the sicko shit sometimes.
I know, man. Triple double machine. More triple doubles than Shea. I'll say it every time.
It's crazy. Shea at his current ADP kind of goes like 3rd every single draft there. You're just fine with it?
I mean, I don't have a lot of Shea because it's been mixing and matching. Well, actually, no, I think it's actually what it is just the RNG bending me over because I have, I'm at like 10% Joker, and I've drafted a good bit. 17% Shea, but like 26% Giannis. Like I'm not doing anything crazy here.
Sure.
But yeah, I have Shea 3. It's hard for me to take him over Giannis.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I agree with you. I'd much rather have the Joker and Giannis spots this evening. Yeah, which makes it kind of a tough slate. Yeah, man, these games have all been like forecasting blowout stuff here, the last 3 games here, and this last one's no different here. Bulls on the second night of a back-to-back after they played a double OT game in Utah, elevation in Utah, but you get even higher in Denver there, but it still has a 241.5, but 13.5 of it going to the Nuggets here. Joker goes 101. We both kind of liked Jamal a little bit over ADP there. The Bulls guys is basically just like Giddey or bust, and Giddey is going to project pretty well, but he is coming off that ankle injury that missed. How many games did he miss? 1 or 2?
2.
Giddey missed 2 games off the ankle and then played 42 last night. It looks like no Trey Jones this evening. He's listed as doubtful. Io has the probable tag. Out tags on Zach Collins still, and Kobe White here on the second night of a back-to-back debuted yesterday. Cameron Johnson has the Q tag on the other side. Julian Strother has the Q tag as well, and Joker has the probable tag. So, maybe a little Windhurst there. There without Christian Brown here. So, yeah, thoughts in general there, Nez.
I know that double OT in altitude, you're coming off double OT in altitude, but I was surprised that the spread was as large as it was. I know Denver's playing really well and Chicago's scuffling big time after they start off 5-0, but didn't expect to see that large of a spread. But for me, this is pretty easy because there's like 4 players I'm drafting. Well, 3.5. Sure. Jokic and Jamal. Jokic is my 101. Jamal, I have 10% of, so I apparently need to rank him ahead of Julius Randle, which I don't love, but I'll do it, damn it. And then Chicago, man, like I like Giddey tonight, but Vooch, don't know that this is the Vooch spot, brother. Gonna go ahead and lean not really, but 6-round Vooch isn't bad. Okay. So it's not bad.
It's always going to project better than that, even if the spot isn't that great, and even if the matchup is tough with Joker.
I don't even think ETR is super high on him. I mean, they've got him ranked like 32, projected for 33 fantasy points.
Yep.
So it's not crazy, but I don't think that there's a huge ceiling here.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I don't think Vooch against Joker is, a gold mine.
No, I agree with you, man. Yeah, I think it's playable in the 6th, but it's not like I'm pounding the table that like, hey, we're racing to get him. Like, rather play Drummond, rather play some of the Raptors guys, rather play, yeah,
like you would. I mean, Vooch, I like Vooch in fantasy, but not here, here. I don't think so.
41 minutes last night too. Like, just man, these guys got to be gassed on the back-to-back here.
Yeah, he should have had more fantasy points than 47 in double OT against the Jazz, man. Like,
yeah,
that's not even impressive.
Yeah, I guess Nurk's not on our slate, but I guess you could say the same thing about Nurk last night too, where he played like 38, and those 2 guys were playing the 5 back and forth in a double OT game and just like didn't break anything.
Yeah,
it was just a heavy like Lowry and Giddey game.
Yeah, so this one's pretty easy, man.
Okay. Any love for anything else rotating on the Denver side now that we like, if we get no Strother, we get no Cam Johnson, and we know Christian Brown's out, like what's the push-pull here? Like, do we open up some usage for Aaron Gordon? Like, I don't know, man. Like, you look at some of the... Yeah, I don't know. You look at some of like the preliminary lineups and stuff. Like maybe that's like THJ's music to come into the starting
Right.
lineup. Like,
Right.
yeah. I don't, what do you think?
I mean, he was lighting it up the other day, but I'm not going to get to THJ. Aaron Gordon is scrollable though.
Okay.
You could see one of those monster Aaron Gordon games for sure, and it wouldn't totally surprise me.
Agreed.
Against Chicago with a big spread here.
Yeah. Be interested to read some of the matchup stuff and the unabated stuff in the Discord there where they break down the slate, what they think in terms of matchup here for, some of these pieces, because Gordon in the last round feels like a really nice way to attack this game.
Yeah.
I don't think we get enough from like Tim Hardaway Jr. for like catch and shoot stuff. I just think it lacks ceiling. Like it would just be like empty scoring.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Okay. That's it, dude. We did them all. What is that? 8 games up, 8 down. Let's hop in a draft here, see what it looks like.
Yeah, 6 round, evergreen, deep.
Yeah. T-Bear likes the Nas Reed call. AJ Mitchell sharp in the 10s. AJ Mitchell might be viable in the 6s.
There's not even a 10 person slate
thing today. Yeah.
No.
Anthony Edwards, I'm pounding the Mavs tonight.
I love that when we get the parody accounts.
Anthony Edwards rolling on through. Gonna cook. I'm cooking tonight, boys.
Thanks for sliding through, Anthony.
Wow, we did quite a detailed breakdown there. Winner's Circle wasn't even like that long today, and
no,
we're fucking a minute or an hour 40 already. What the hell?
I know, man. It's it was a good one. There's some moving pieces, some injury stuff. Simply had no choice.
Yeah. We got friends and family in here. Jay Baconator's in here. Ben Roethlisberger always in the Discord there, lurking. He's a lurker. He occasionally contributes in the Discord. Awin's in there. Cowboys is in there, and then Trackus. Shout out to Trackus who had that super sick. I shouted it out the other day on the paywall show. He had a second place finish with Gary Porter Jr. If you know Craig Porter Jr. 5 shares in the entire contest. He shouted out in the chat. That was on Wednesday's show was Zakarian. The night Zakarian won. Trackus came second that evening with the 0.1% owned. He had 3 of the 5 total shares in the contest.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Cool. That is wild.
56 fantasy points from Gary, a.k.a. Craig Porter Jr.
Jesus, man.
It's going to be fun when people find our show in the future and they go like, these guys got fucking names for everyone. And if you've been here since the jump and you like truly know the sicko allure of where all these names came from, like remember us always call it Cassius Levert, like Cassius our lineups Levert, like that's one we've forgotten about that I don't say as much anymore because he doesn't play as much.
I know. I miss him.
Yeah.
We need CLV back in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really good one for like these games to have like CLV and have like Cassius as well. That was a pretty good one.
I know.
Boys' body's on fire today, Nez. We played a game last night with 7. Cool. Nez, we could start messing around here. I don't know what Awin's gonna do on the corner here, but we got a Giannis team and we get the ADP guys to come back to us. Do you have a preference between Mobley, Scotty, and Melo tonight?
I think Scotty.
Scotty boy, it is. Let's do Scotty. We talked about liking that game environment. I don't think Awin's going to take Melo. Yeah, interesting projection. The Awin model on the edge there likes Duren and likes Jamal, and Jamal paired with Joker. So we get Mobley to come back to us if we want it. I don't know if it's like unique necessarily, but I kind of like it. But I also
I like
LaMelo. Do you like LaMelo better for the game correlation stuff?
No, I don't factor it in that much. I think I just prefer Mobley in this spot.
Sounds good. Mobley has game correlation alongside Giannis as well there. Obviously carries a bit of foul risk there if you get the Mobley Giannis matchup there. Taking Duran, assist machine, Awen says.
Is that so?
Love it. Yeah, I wonder what the on-off with Cade, without Cade splits are in terms of his passing dynamic. Like if they're running more of like the Sangoon style offense running through Jalen Duran this time. You know?
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. He's talking about the dynamic of Joker being the highest potentials and highest actuals at the assists in the league and putting that with Jamal. Makes sense.
I'm gonna choose to believe he was talking about Jalen Duran.
Yeah, I wanted to have the other conversation. That conversation's like evergreen. We don't need that conversation. I want to have the Jalen Duran conversation. Take a peek here. We got Randall runs off. Melo runs off there. Siakam. Here's your Bridges pushed up to 18 for Trackus. So he's drinking the same Kool-Aid as you are there.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the Bridges correlation. Obviously gives your lineup a super boost if you pair the two Bridges together.
That's a boost.
Yeah.
Gotta boost it.
Go ahead. I was going to tell you a stupid story.
No, I had nothing to say.
You got nothing to say? You always got something to say, bro. As you guys can see, using the solver, draft assistant out here. Love it for the combos, base stuff. Haven't uploaded my exposures because I've only done 2 drafts thus far. Where comes back to us? I mean, Hawkes is there. We could start scrolling, though. I mean, like, we could start doing some Andre Drummond, some IQ. Yeah, I mean, like, I like Jaime. What do you like?
Yeah, I like Hawkes. Hawkes or Norm.
All right. I think I like Jaime more than Norm. Norm's just like, he's just a pure scorer, right? Like, he feels like Cam Thomas when you play him, where it's like, I just need him to score 1 billion points or not. As you guys can see, Awen brings up RJ really high there. We could do some game correlation stuff with Josh Hart, triple-double machine. We could scroll to the Andre Drummond stuff. We could scroll to... Yeah, what do you like?
I've been doing Hart here.
All right. Get a little game correlation there. Josh Hart, maybe some more expanded role. He's been slowly ramping up, and his minutes have been upticking, and now no OG. So mix that one in there.
Yeah. I'm really in on tonight being a Hart game, so I hope I'm not hurt after.
I hope you're not hurt either, Nez. I would like to be nice of you. Let me see here. Oh, I was gonna tell you the Bridges thing. So, like, obviously, I used to live like downtown in that area now, and now I'm like 30 minutes like south of that kind of thing. So I always tell the boys, like, they'll just like hit me up, like, oh, we're gonna go hang out or whatever, go for beers tonight, or go for food tonight, or go whatever. And I always say I'm not crossing 2 bridges because there's 2 bridges to get to downtown for where I'm at. I always say I'm not crossing 2 bridges for anything less than Knucks games or concerts. And it's like my running joke now. So like guys will invite and I just put 2 bridges in the chat, or I put a picture of the Bridge brothers in the chat. So my running bit is 2 bridges. So I don't cross 2 bridges unless I have to these days.
I like that. You said the Bridges brothers? Are they brothers?
Mikal and Miles?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Unless I've been lying my whole life. I thought they were brothers.
No, they're not.
They're not. Dude, I thought they were brothers.
No, but they are. They were both born in Michigan.
Yeah, and they one was the Michigan State. They're not brothers. 4 years of shows, I thought they were brothers.
Oh my god.
Dude, wasn't there like a, oh shit, we're on the clock. Actually, no. I know who we're taking. You ready for this?
Bold letters.
In bold letters. You got to type it in bold letters or he doesn't appear in the queue. Naz Reid. Nobody else is scrolling to it tonight. We said we were going to mix it in the last round. I think the size matchup looks good. They're 14-point favorites at home. This could be an expanded run. Nas ball guy.
Nas Reed.
Dude, this is crazy. For the guy who knows so much ball, thought they were brothers. Someone here doesn't know ball. I've been knowing so much ball, I just convinced myself that they were brothers.
It's kind of impressive they're not. The fact that they were both born in Michigan.
Okay, let's get to the bottom of this, though. So, they were both born in Michigan, right?
Yeah, one was born in Flint.
Right. And then Mikkel was the Nova guy, and then Miles was the guy who was like really good at Michigan State, right?
Correct.
I thought they were brothers.
No.
And they broke up for college. Dead ass. Hand to God, dead ass. I thought they were brothers. That's crazy.
It's pretty funny.
Nos Reed and Reed are brothers.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Mikkel and Miles not brothers. What is life? Oh, Nos Reed and Tara Reed are brother and sister. Holy fuck, that was hilarious. Well, that concludes the greatest NBA segment of all time. As Nez said, plenty of scroll options this evening. Awin goes ahead and adds AJ Mitchell on at the end there, drinking the same Kool-Aid in which we are. Love that one. Nas Reed as a potential scroll there. Nez likes Pirtle. He's still available here. Aaron Gordon could pop off this evening, especially if those Q tags break the other way. I think Khan's almost always in play down here. Second night of a back-to-back, Buzelis getting like the expanded role. Seen Stranger Things. Yeah, what else do you think, Nez?
Yeah, those three that you have there are, I mean, the sixth round is so deep, man. A lot of different directions that you can go here. It's going to be one where if you can pay attention, you totally should. It makes it difficult for auto drafting, which I've been having to do. So gotta get creative with those ranks and
love it, dude. Love it. Keyshawn and Keontae George are uncles. The only unk out here is me right now. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Lonzo and LaMelo are actually cousins. Oh, good clean fun.
You're getting everybody confused.
I love it. All right, Nez, let's flip the page here and kind of just do a rapid fire on the Primetime Palooza for the football this evening. I'll get about 20 of them in. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not in love with playing this slate this evening, but I'm kind of sad deep down that we're gonna get the Josh Allen off of the monster game, but he's on the PTP slate. I really wanted Josh Allen on the main slate this week after the 44 burger, just to see where the ADP would have been and just see what the dynamic in rooms would have been after we see it. Like I said it on Friday's show, Nez. I was like, Josh Allen, go nuke. He'd be going at ADP 5 or 6 right now. I wanted to see it in a main contest, but now we have the dilemma in a PTP contest, and we can have the VORP conversation. We got Cowboys and Raiders tonight. The Raiders. We got 49 in that one and 3.5 by way of the Cowboys. And then the aforementioned Bills with Josh Allen is on the other side of the Thursday night game with their 5.5 point favorites on the road against the Houston Texans there, which is going to have the interesting CJ Stroud, Mills. What are we doing here? Nico stuff. It's just going to be Davis Mills. Yeah.
Yeah. The slate, super ugly, man. Lot of really shitty players to have to select and take. Yeah. I mean, you would love to stack as many Cowboys and Raiders as possible, for sure. Who's the pass catcher for Buffalo? Anybody? Yeah. Nobody?
That's it. It's a great question, man. I mean, like you lived that firsthand over the weekend where like He rushes for 3. He throws for 3. He puts up 44 fantasy points and brings no one alongside him. Like, like people are taking Dalton Kincaid with the Q tag. I guess he would probably be the favorite of the bunch, but like the Khalil Shakir going as wide receiver 4 on this slate, and he had 3 targets for -3 yards this week. Like, I don't know. Keon Coleman goes at ADP 20, and he was a healthy scratch. So I have no idea who to pair Josh Allen with. I guess everyone's just going to play it naked. It's nice that they added, Gabe Davis to the player pool there. McCole Hardman got hurt in that one after that long punt return as well. So I'm not anticipating McCole Hardman, although his offensive snaps weren't really there. He only had 1 target in the offense there. Tyrell Shavers, probably, I don't know, 5 targets, 90 yards, a touchdown over the weekend there. It's a very, very tough dynamic of like who you want to play at the wide receiver, because there's abundance of choice after you go CD, Pickens, and Nico. It's like, where the fuck do you go on this slate? I think my first answer that comes to mind is Trey Tucker, but we could just get a Bowers game, right?
Yeah, but Tucker definitely is, my wide receiver 4.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to say out loud.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we can look at some of the utilization report stuff here. I was messing around with it before the show, just experimenting with the since Jacoby Myers has been gone, and 98% of routes for Trey Tucker there. Utilization report score isn't great, and the ADOT was super low, which was kind of the inverse of what I was expecting for a guy like him. But Tyler Lockett looks good to go for this evening too. We know the rapport with Pete Carroll, the love for him, but it's literally like low ADOT, Tucker and Lockett, and then field stretch Thornton is effectively what it is. So if you want to play the Ty Weapons brother narrative, actually brothers this time, you want to play that narrative that he takes the top off and gets a 60-yarder, I guess that's how you play it. But I mean, as much as the spot looks half decent for Geno, like I'm not jumping up and down to play Geno.
No. I mean, he's a fine, QB3 option, but yeah, I'm not like stoked to play him with these pass catchers, man. Not particularly. Pretty gross PTP. One of the grosser ones that we've had.
Yeah. It's funny. 37 Tyrell Shavers teams in BBM.
Wow. I don't even think we were on that.
Yeah, no. I think we said his name 1 time in the preseason. Yeah, dude. And then let's talk about the Texans quarterbacks. The Texans have been really good at protecting the flat. They've been decent against the run. It doesn't set up good for like short passing or the running back spot for Cook, but Cook has been, pretty nice in recent memory. Actually, the way in which Ty Johnson wins and the way in which he scored over the weekend sets up kind of nice against Texans for like that dump off screen kind of stuff there. But you obviously like it to play him in a trailing script versus a leading script, and we think the Bills will probably command this ball game. I don't know, man. Woody Marks, you played a bunch of it over this weekend. He gets a better spot here than over the weekend, in my estimation. Bills' run D has been pretty putrid. I don't know what you want to go to when it comes to the Texans.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but you obviously, if you're on the clock and Stroud's the last quarterback left, you take Stroud, because if he's healthy, he's the QB, and if he's not, you get the swap to Mills. So you obviously do that. Nico at ADP, I think, is good. I like Woody against the Buffalo run defense. And then Schultz, man, Schultz and trailing scripts has been getting fed. He's been getting fed, period, man. He's been good. I mean, just straight up a good player. This, to me, what I'm seeing is like a pretty fantastic 2 tight end slate.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So you think we get Kincaid?
I mean, Kincaid regardless, you know what I mean? Like Ferg and Schultz are like excellent projection options.
Yeah.
When you're on the clock in the 4th round.
Okay. Yeah. When you say it's decent like that, does that make you push up Bowers? Like, would you play the VORP conversation, or if you think it's decent and you're fine just like running one of them, Bowers deserves to be where he is?
Yeah, I mean, Bowers. You could argue Bowers should be like the 3rd player off the board, 2nd player off the board.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you could definitely make the argument. It's just whether the context of the slate warrants it or not.
It might.
Yeah.
It might, man. We've seen what he can do, and this Dallas defense is as bad as advertised.
Yeah. Yeah. Might be getting a little bit better. I mean, I just had some notes on Dallas that offensive line might be getting a little bit healthier this week, and also defense. I don't know if they're getting better in any regard, but probably have like Fowler, Hooker, and Overshown at least this week. So, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm really skittish, like, on can the Raiders find success here, even though the defense is awful. I'm really skittish on what we get from the Texans offensively with CJ coming back. Like, I thought Davis Mills was really good for Nico. If Davis Mills was playing and I knew he was going to play, I would take Nico higher just because it's kind of like the Jacoby Brissett thesis with Trey McBride right now, where I see it similarly with Davis and Nico, where Nico's really been popping the last 2 weeks. And that's like a byproduct of the Davis Mills stuff.
Yeah, I guess like I mean it's pure pattern matching, but kind of hard to say otherwise. It's not like CJ Stroud's been spectacular the last 2 seasons, dating back to last year. Stroud had his, fair share of issues.
The one good game against the Ravens when the Ravens were decimated on defense. Like, it wasn't even the Ravens team out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, I got time for a draft or a pick'em here, and then I need to head out.
Okay, let's do a draft and call the show there.
Okay.
I think the quarterback position is like just exactly as ranked here. Yes. I'm always a proponent of soft fading Josh Allen on the PTP slates, but that's harder to do after you just saw the 44 burger, especially But I would be like kind of soft fading and playing like the middle tier of like Dak as much as I could. I've been noticing like the Dak stacking patterns kind of line up nicely, and rightfully so. I think Ty Johnson would be my favorite, like semi-scroll paired with Allen there. I don't know if you have a lean between Malik Davis or Jaden Blue, but probably just neither there.
Neither?
Yeah.
I mean, are they both going to end up being swaps? Like,
yeah. We shall see. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I kind of just leave the light on for like the blue stuff, potentially mattering, like post rookie bump buy kind of vibe would be like my one thing there.
Yeah, I guess to me, the vibes on blue are horrible.
Yeah. I think Gabe Davis for like, gave him a red zone target, like, and he knows the system. Like, one more week of Gabe Davis feels like a decent scroll on this slate. I would also say that Higgins, feels like a decent scroll. Or it's not a scroll, but feels like the decent of that back end tier. And then, I kind of like where you were at with the 2 tight end, because there's like 5 or 6 of them that are draftable every single time.
I'm not the scrolly type on PTPs. I'm just taking projection in the last round and hoping that somebody else scrolls for me.
Yeah, sure.
But we've seen scrolls get there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Amon-Ra carries. What a name. What a name. Amon-Ra carries. Carries the franchise. Carries.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a pick'em badge, because I don't think I've seen that name.
Yeah. Yeah, T-Bear Overshone's going to be back tonight. By all reports, he's going to be back tonight. But full practices all week. He's really good. Yeah. Oh, that's Nate. Okay, there you go. That's great. Oh, actually, Nate tagged us in one earlier. It wasn't on the Badge Bros account. That's why I missed it as the community shout out there. He tagged us on the personal accounts. I meant to shout him out during our parade of community winners there. Where is it? There you go. Right here. Little second place one there with the Tet at 6.5%. Gets it with the Bijan plus Allen. Love it. Little second place thing. Raise it doing the full warp thing and taking Bowers at 1.
He said, watch what I'm about to do at 1.
Alpha play. In this instance, I would take Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not always a proponent of playing the quarterback high in PTPs, but I think we can do some funky, scrolly things for the community with it here, and we can also just go ahead and pair it with Nico or James Cook in this one. Do you have a preference between Nico, Pickens, and Cook here?
I think Cook.
Damn it. Okay, fine.
Sorry.
I wanted to go Ty Johnson and like Shaver scrolling.
Do that somewhere else on your own time. These people are looking to us for advice.
Yes. Okay. Ricardo rolling through, seeing that Zach Top, aka Carrot Top, is on Caleb's Sunday conversation. Just remember, old John. He finds the emerging ones before they go mainstream. Here,
I don't know who that is, and I'm afraid to ask.
It was the concert that I went to on Saturday night.
Oh, all right. That's okay. I forgot the name.
So hilarious. He has this opener, Jake Worthington, and we won a meet and greet with him like last time that he was here when he came with Riley Green. Nez, let's make this pick here. Do you like to just take Jake Ferg from tonight's game, or do you like Trey Tucker more?
Ferg.
We won a meet and greet, and then we ate dinner and drinks through the meet and greet and forgot about it the last time they were here. And so we don't go. And he's opened twice in Canada now. What do you like, Nez?
Lockett or Higgins?
This is gross.
Dude, it sucks.
Let's do Higgins. It's just more fun, and it's a little bit of a bring back. And the uptick in the role recently has been nice, but I think it might be a Davis Mills pass volume thing. So I'm not getting too hung up on the most recent box scores, but yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, he's opened a couple times, and he's been to Canada twice recently around here, and he got denied at the border, so there was no opener. So then Zach Top came on like a bit earlier and then played like, a couple extra songs or whatever, which is fine. But it kind of sucked to go to a concert and only be there for like an hour and a half, like, with no openers and stuff.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it was all good. He's good, man. Like everybody compares him to like old 90s country, like Alan Jackson era, like the Keith Whitley and like that kind of stuff. And he's pretty old school, but he can fucking play the guitar. Like I knew he could pick it, but I didn't know he was like Brad Paisley level good, or like, he's good on the guitar.
I'll have to look at some videos of him.
You won't. Don't worry. It's all good. He's a Washington guy though. Yeah. Shout out Sunnyside, Washington.
How do you get denied at the border from Canada, dude?
I have no idea. He posted like an Instagram video that Nikki found and was like something about like legal troubles in Texas in the past or something. I don't know. I think honestly, you know what happened? He probably just ran into the wrong guy having a bad day, and the guy was just a prick for no reason. I love
it. I love it.
Lockett's still here. Kincaid for the double stack. Dude, this is what we're doing. Ty Johnson. Nobody's going to play both the Buffalo running backs with Josh Allen. It's an awful spot for it. Let's fucking go. And then we got one last wide receiver spot to fill out here. I think Lockett's fine. I think we go onslaught Buffalo here, and we go with Gabe Davis.
It truly doesn't matter at this point.
Love it. 40 yards in his first game back with the club, dude. He might just take the Keon Coleman job.
He can take Khalil Shakir's job. He can take Khalil Shakir's life.
Yeah, Ray Davis in ruins, man.
Shout out GPNGC.
Yeah, Schultz over Higgins would have been fine, but you lock up your flex spot there. I'm sick. GA always tells me I never scroll enough, and then we go for the double scroll, and he feels sick. There's a lesson in that. There is a lesson in that.
Good
Not
team.
bad. Say again?
Good team, John.
Disgusting team. This whole slate is got some gross names. Just click the grosser ones that nobody else is willing to click on. Get your Mr. Good Boys in the chat. He is chilling behind there. That's it. That's all. 2 hours and a bit there. Lots of hoops. Winner's Circle. Shout out to Dan. Shout out to everyone in the community who dropped off some Badge Bros membership. This is the most supportive place in all of the world here. We got David. We got Purple Yosh. We got Davis in here. We got 20 from our guy, DanJPreciado. And then Jay Fresh with 5 more there. So what is that? A grand total of 40 on the day. Much love to you guys. I will make good on them tomorrow. Nez is going to be traveling, and I will be doing a members-only hoop stream for the 6 gamer, and then I'll fuck around, find out with whatever else is in the lobbies thereafter. Maybe a couple puck, maybe that sort of thing. We did a marathon Thursday or Tuesday last week. Any parting word for the people, Nez?
No. Have fun tomorrow with John. I will see you guys Wednesday from Pennsylvania. Mr. Good Boys in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Good luck tonight.
Good luck this evening, everybody. Look forward to it. Safe travels, Ness. Everyone's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace.